a few news stories for you. Firstly, Epiphany celebrations are underway in Ethiopia. Huge gatherings were seen across Ethiopia today. Some updates for you. Secondly, we have an update about the imprisonment of Maeza Mohammed, Ethiopian journalist. We have been updating you about the imprisonment of Maeza Mohammed and the other journalist, Tambat Nagra. Thirdly, Ethiopian PM Abiy in a speech talked about no more movement. Is no more movement going to come to an end? I have a video clip of PM Abiy. It seems that the movement could come to an end. And fourthly, viewers, Ethiopian government has released a statement about yesterday's drone strikes on the United Arab Emirates. Firstly, viewers, Epiphany celebrations were held across Ethiopia today. In Tigray, celebrations were restricted. Tigray church elders issued statement, video message. They said, due to drone strikes, celebrations were restricted, but we saw pictures, videos from Aksum. So processions were held, but restricted and limited ones. But in other parts of Ethiopia, massive gatherings were seen in Gondar, Bahir Dar, in several parts of Oromia. Across Ethiopia today, Ethiopian Orthodox Christians celebrated this important festival. Now, I have some video clips for you. Only matter of concern is that when the world is battling against new variant of COVID-19, Omicron, we did not see any measures, any SOPs in these huge gatherings held across Ethiopia today. Watch a few clips of today's gatherings, then next news story. Secondly, viewers, Maeza Mohammed, Ethiopian journalist who was imprisoned a few weeks ago, has been released. She and Tamat Nagra were imprisoned a few weeks ago. Tamat Nagra has not been released so far, but Maeza Mohammed has been released. You can see her picture when she was released from the Ethiopian government is gradually releasing prisoners, especially Ethiopian journalists. In the previous video, I told you about two journalists who were released. So Maeza has also been released. Let's hope that Tamat Nagra, Yaspetis Fai, and others will also be released. Now, thirdly, viewers, is PM Abiy's government going to put an end to no more movement? The movement which helped Ethiopian government in coming out of international pressure, is it going to come to an end? Because in a speech 24 hours ago, PM Abiy talked about this movement. Watch a small clip of PM Abiy speaking about no more movement, then we'll talk about that.
የኖ ሞር ሙቭመንት እስከዛሬ ድረስ አገራችን አትንኩ ነበር። ከዛሬ በኋላ ግን መልኩ መቀየር አለበት።
He said in the clip, no more movement was don't touch our country. Now we need to change it. What does he mean by saying we need to change it now? Does he want to convert this movement into a Pan-African movement? Or does he want to put an end to this movement? Ethiopian government is trying to repair its ties with the West, with the US. PM Abiy held telephone conversations with some leaders, world leaders. He talked to Justin Trudeau, he talked to Joe Biden, US President as well. So Ethiopia is trying to repair its ties with the West, with the US. And this movement was against alleged US intervention, West intervention in Ethiopian internal matters. So we might see an end to this movement. That is what PM Abiy is hinting at. Or he could try to convert this movement into a Pan-African movement. Let's see. But it seems that the movement is going to take a new shape in coming days. Now, lastly, viewers, while Ethiopian government is carrying out drone strikes on Tigray, despite international calls to stop these drone strikes, Ethiopian government is condemning the drone strikes on the UAE. Yesterday, Iran-backed Yemen-based Houthi fighters carried out drone strikes on the UAE. In Abu Dhabi state, some civilian targets were hit and some civilians were killed too. Yes, drone strikes should be condemned because civilians were killed. But Ethiopian government itself is conducting drone strikes. And international media, aid agencies, they say that civilians are being killed in Tigray. So while Ethiopian government is conducting drone strikes on Tigray, in which allegedly civilians are being killed, it's condemning drone strikes on the UAE. Just because UAE helped Ethiopian government, UAE provided Ethiopian government with drones, with other weapons. More than 100 cargo flights have been recorded between the UAE and Ethiopia. Experts say the flights delivered weapons to Ethiopia. UAE helped Ethiopian government. That is why Ethiopian government today condemned yesterday's drone strikes on the UAE. But people are questioning this statement. They say that while you are conducting attacks against your own people and your attacks are causing civilian casualties, how can you condemn drone strikes on the UAE while UAE is heavily involved in Yemen, where it's backing some factions, and airstrikes are being conducted on daily basis on some groups in Yemen. Even today on Sana'a, Saudi-led coalition Air Force conducted airstrikes on Sana'a, Yemen's capital. Thank you for watching.